People get up every day, they do the same thing, they tell themselves they're going to change their life one day, and they never do. I'm going to change mine.
Welcome to the
Good Soup Live.
You like the soup so much, you it. He gets me.
Listen, kiddies, if you dare.
Welcome. I'm working on that. Yeah. Welcome to the Good Soup Live. I am your host, A Dented Can. It is an exciting day. Everybody seems like they're at 110 miles an hour right now. Yeah. My lovely co-host, Angie.
Hi.
And the one and only No Filter Paul.
What's up?
What's up, Paul? How's your week been?
Been good. Except, my town really burned down.
Yeah.
And I've had a sore throat since the smoke.
That's where I'm at. I can't from the race and then coming back here to the fire in Cliffwood Beach. Dude, my throat's cooked. I have nothing left.
This is how we're doing the show. We're just going to talk behind Angie.
Yeah.
Because Angie's just she's leaning forward like a convict.
She looks like the kid who got arrested for the fires, like sitting there going, all right, and I'm going to jail.
See, look how good we look at. We all sit back. It all fits.
Right? Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
So what's up?
No.
What have you been up to?
Well, I've lost nearly 17 pounds on Weight Watchers since you last saw me.
Have you really?
Yeah. Sounds gay, but you know what? It's actually working.
Are you doing the point system?
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah, my
it's the only thing that ever works for me.
My wife got the app, so now I just piggyback off her fucking app. I don't
It's the only thing I ever did that made me that I actually lost weight.
On that app now, you can scan a barcode.
Yep.
I gotta be careful, man. If I gain too much weight and my head gets fat, I won't fit in my new helmet, and then I'll have to buy another one.
Well, don't worry, the crack will make you lose the weight.
There it is. I mean, that's it. You have to hightail it up to the new arcs and get me 3 cracks, please.
That's how you know you've never done drugs before, and you're there for a day. You're there for that's like me driving in there and going, "Can I have 3 heroin?
Yeah,
3 heroines and one of those stick things you put it in and put it in your balls." We've all seen fucking what's that fucking show? I totally forgot the name of it now. Intervention.
Oh, Intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, being you brought up Intervention, I got a story about that.
Well, we had Candy Finnegan on my podcast from Intervention, and Bob Levy asked her if she was going to break a hip.
So there's a dude on the show Intervention. He was the lead singer of a band called Days of the New. His name is Travis Meek, and I believe he's still alive. But anyway, regardless, Travis was on that show for meth, and he was actually on that show twice for meth.
How many teeth did he have?
A few.
Not many.
Messed
I
up.
don't know. He called me out of nowhere one day, and I didn't know.
Was he going to buy more meth?
No, I didn't know him. He got my name from someone and knew I played drums, and he must have been all the meth stuff as you could be, because he was talking some shit like about an orchestra, and I'm like, bro, he's like, well, like my band was famous. I'm like, yeah, 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, like
I'm
one
nobody
song.
knows who you are now.
Well, he saw some Mix-a-Lot do the thing with the fucking Seattle Orchestra. Did you ever see
Of
that?
course, yeah.
That was awesome. And he probably saw that and goes, okay, so Mix-a-Lot was famous 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metallica did it with S&M and it worked, but Days of the New had one song that anybody even knew.
No clue.
They were like an acoustic
Rock band.
rock. Yeah, it was grunge acoustic. It was
It's trash.
you know Tantric, the band Tantric.
No, I know the sex thing.
No,
There's a band Tantric too.
that was most of the members of Days of the New went to Tantric after.
What was the group that did that song? That's like more than words. It's instrumental.
I know the song you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I
Oh,
remember-
Extreme.
Yeah, that's exactly how you describe that. The image of that stupid video with those two fucking douchebags with their fucking
And the long hair.
Yeah,
You're not
that was one of the
far off.
videos that they seriously. I mean, that was out. I think I can't remember if it was before I came here. I have a
It was
funny
like
feeling.
1988,
Yeah, so it
1989.
must have
What
been.
was there?
They
there
played
song
that.
fucking. I finally found a reason. I don't need an excuse.
That
That was
was
Days of
Living
New.
Color. Oh, was that?
Oh,
Days
that
of
was
New?
Days of New.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Extreme song. They played it 5 billion times on the European MTV.
Oh my god, it was on RMTV
Trying
too.
to
It was
remember the other
fucking
songs.
horrible.
There's 2 or 3 songs that they just for some reason.
What's wrong? Your mic?
We're good. I had an issue. I
It was
fixed
better
it.
when it was unplugged.
Don't threaten me, Paul.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
Speaking of good times, want to know a bit what we did this weekend?
We went and raced cars. Actually, cars.
So you were in the car.
Family.
You were in the car. when they
No,
raced?
I was not. I was the
So
support
we didn't race
vehicle.
anything?
We raced the whole way down there
Oh yeah, to the place.
to the place at 6 o'clock in
And
the
then
morning.
Angie gets in. It was by where we lived in Maryland. So she gets in and she gets all cocky. And she's like, I'm taking the back roads to the cafe. You could just take 213.
Because I didn't want to drive down
Right.
213.
And you barely made the 2 p.m. race yet.
So
schedule.
we get there. we get
Exactly
to
what
the
happened.
cafe, and she's not there. And I'm like, dude, I know from living down there that the way she took
It's like
was
10 minutes
10,
faster.
15 minutes faster. She should have been there waiting on us.
Uh-huh.
I call her up and she's like, there's a tree across the road. I had to turn.
I had to turn around and go down some fucking dirt ass back
The
roads.
second everybody heard her on speakerphone say there was a tree across the road,
They're all like,
they all started, but no, that show.
They're like that show from.
Yeah, they were like, oh, she's gone forever. She's. Have you seen it yet? From
It's
the
on.
show?
It's on. What's it on?
Max, I think.
No, not Max. It's on. No, it's one of the other ones we have.
I'm watching you.
Ain't- no,
Did you ever see
no.
You?
Paramount.
Yes, I saw you.
I
You's
didn't
pretty
watch it
good.
all. I'm
Oh, I did watch the
episodes-
first season.
I'm 8 episodes into the first. season.
From has the guy. Remember the dude in Oz
In the wheelchair.
that opened every episode and talked.
Maybe.
He's a black
he was
guy.
Also in The Matrix, he was in that too. But anyway, he's
Lawrence
the lead
Fishburne?
character.
No.
no.
Gerard something or another. I can't remember his
Oh, that-
name. No, but From is on
It's a good show.
MCM.
What happens in the show, and this isn't a spoiler, this is the premise of the show, is people drive down a road, they see a tree across the road, and then no matter which way they go, no matter what happens, they wind up in this little like 4-house town, and they're trapped there.
And then
And
at night, ghoulies come out.
some,
Is it like
like-
an M. Night Shyamalan?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
type of-
It's almost like Lost in a way.
I've never watched Lost.
actually it's so much like Lost that most of the people actually confused it with Lost when they were trying to make the joke.
Mhm.
Yeah, on Sunday about her seeing.
I was
Like, oh,
motherfucking
like, oh,
everybody.
Lost? I'm like, you mean From?
Is Lost worth me fucking binging?
No. No.
I heard the end was fucking
There's too
awesome.
much lore. It's like there's
Of what?
too much Lost. There's too many side quests is the best way to put it, and nothing is solved by the end of the show. And you're like, I just spent 5 years watching this
I've
for
been watching Irish gangster TV shows. I watched
like
two-
Peaky Blinders.
No. One's called Love Hate.
Uh-huh.
It's really fucking good.
Is it?
5 series. I think I watched it in 4 days. And then there's another one.
Yeah, but she couldn't even watch Ford versus Ferrari because she couldn't handle Christian Bale's real accent. She couldn't understand
He was
him.
really annoying in it though.
I love that movie. That shit was good as
What
fuck.
was the show that there was a British guy in and then people heard him? Oh, House even. The guy didn't.
Oh,
He's
Hugh
South
Laurie is
African.
South African.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's weird though because
No,
not
he's
only
from England. He did in the 80s. He did sketch comedy.
yes with
Stephen Fry.
yes, thank you. But I thought he was
He was
supposed to be
born in South
I thought he was
Africa.
supposed to be South Africa.
Yes,
but
he
it
was born in South
It doesn't
Africa.
matter.
Maybe it's
Here's
all
the
there for a second.
craziest part, though.
Well, they kicked all the white people out. Remember when
Yeah,
they
that's
stopped
right. They
black
have
people?
But the
apartheid.
weird part is he doesn't really have the accent. He like chooses when to use it in real life too, because most people don't know this, but Hugh Laurie is also an extremely famous jazz musician, and he's
Not clear.
fucking phenomenal.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's really, really good, and he doesn't have the accent in any of the songs. He
But when you
sounds
sing, you don't.
he
have-
sounds like house singing.
Most people, when they sing, you don't hear an accent at all, right? You know what I mean?
Unless you're Billy Joe Armstrong and you.
Unless
Yeah,
you're
but that's not
fucking-
a real accent.
No,
just-
that's
you
some
sing-
Bay Area bullshit
Flag,
British
flag.
accent. Yeah.
that band, the Annie Flag. Everybody's like, they're fucking British punks, and I'm like, they're from Pennsylvania, you fucking idiot. But I don't know. I started watching Banshee again because I love that show.
No,
Oh my God, so good. Anthony Starr, Homelander from The Boys.
Homelander in The Boys. The
I
evil.
never
super-
watched The Boys either.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
why are we even here? We're just gonna waste my night.
I don't watch any of that fucking la-di-da fucking comic book bullshit.
Oh, dude, The
That's probably
Boys
most violent
is.
show I've ever seen in
Is
my
The
life.
Boys the one where the fucking big ass snake goes up the guy's fucking? It's like a dick or something. It's like.
Well, the guy, there's a
The scene
scene.
where a guy goes mini and goes inside someone's dick hole and he
Mhm.
sneezes and it explodes the dude. That
Yeah, I
happens.
think I saw that.
Yeah, there's
And
that
then
one.
there's
The girl who does the same
Stuff
thing.
from Supernatural's The Human Centipede.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
watched Deadpool because it was R-rated. I was good with that. But
So let me put it this way: The Boys is like Deadpool, Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine. If it was 10 times more violent and had a lot more really awkward nudity, and I don't mean like in a good way,
Like
I mean,
weird
like
way.
sex organs getting destroyed on the regular, and you don't understand why.
And Anthony Starr just standing naked and just like
Yeah,
looking at
he's-
himself, and
he's
then
really
he's
big
very.
about-
is Misfits a big thing over here?
No, it's not. But that's a good show. I
I-
did watch that
that's
when it
the
was
one
on
that-
Hulu. Yeah,
Yeah.
Misfits is a good show. So The Boys is like a more extreme version of Misfits.
Okay.
Yeah, you've never.
The
Misfits
Boys,
was on
Carl
Hulu
Urban
years
and,
ago.
like 4 other dudes basically hunt superheroes, and the superheroes are actually lab created. They're not like born superheroes. Like,
But
they're
they're all
from a
fucking
company,
Two
crazy.
things I hear when I
Oddly
wanna
enough,
watch-
called Vought. I don't know if you know who.
I know the name. I don't know.
There's a politician right now in he's a pretty evil dude, and his name is
Vought.
Vought as well. It's a very interesting comparison to the show.
Like accidentally on purpose.
Well, that whole show it hints at all of what's going on.
Normally, if I hear superhero or I hear WWE
Fuck
in movies, I'm not watching.
Yeah.
No, The Boys is like a fucked up version of
With-
of.
With
If they're
the
not even
exception
like.
of the original movie, The Marine with John Cena. I actually like that movie. I'm gonna be honest. That's the
My
only
brother-in-law-
WWE movie I like.
My brother.
Oh, I like the Condemned and Walking
That's the
Tall.
one. Condemned.
Yeah.
was good.
No,
Walking
my
Tall was
brother-in-law
good.
made me watch that like 2 weeks ago. I never saw it before.
The
It
Condemned?
was actually pretty good.
Yeah, Vinnie Jones is such a badass in that movie.
You know what it reminded me of? That
What did you
the
be
Ice-T
watching
movie.
lately that
What was the Ice-T
fucking
movie?
brutal?
Surviving the Game.
I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
one where they put him out in the woods. They had like a 10-minute head start, and they all hunted him.
Oh, there's one that we saw like that. It was called The Hunt,
Yeah.
I
and
think-
that
I
had.
think Surviving the Game was one of the early ones.
Yeah.
What happens is we put on one movie and then my TV's like, you want to watch every movie that has a similar principle, and it just keeps playing.
One of my friends had as a thing he did when he split from his girlfriend. He logged into a Netflix and he played every WWE movie. So now all she gets is recommendations. Fucking awful John Cena joke fucking movies. That's the rest.
so fucked up.
He did that on purpose.
There's a lot of shitty WWE movies.
a
There's a few
fucking
good
million of them.
ones,
And then
but
somehow the head of the
like I said,
WWE
Walking-
Condemned don't count.
Walking Tall and The Condemned are the only two that
but you
I
know, in
really
reality,
liked.
We should probably all study up on them because the person who ran and the WWE is now the head of
Education.
the Department of Education. Yo, listen, I bet you though bullying will come to a stop because they're gonna teach everybody how to do the stunner. Everybody
Suplexes for
You guys
everybody.
hear about the WrestleMania roast?
No.
No.
They did a WrestleMania roast with Tony Hinchcliffe hosting it,
Oh
Uh-huh.
shit.
and it went so south. I don't know if they filmed it, but they confiscated everybody's phones on the way in.
It was that bad.
It was that. Well, they didn't know it was going to be that.
When
bad.
we went and saw Bill Burr, they had this.
I saw his
they had
special.
this
It was actually
stu-
really good.
They had this company there that was stupid.
The bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to put your phone in a locked bag. I'm like,
Louis
this
C.K. did
is.
that too when they were getting ready for special. A lot of places do that.
And then
Anyway, someone I might or might not know managed to get one of their phones in an audio recorder.
yeah, I have a
So I have
friend
the
who got
audio.
their phone
I
in
have the
too.
audio of
How
the
bad?
WrestleMania. Oh, it's brutal.
Is that-
Linda Maman's like this. The whole thing. when the first joke hit, she's like, "Oh my god, why am I here?" Fluffy, remember, fucking who Glaze?
Yeah.
Him and Paul, what's his fucking name? One of the wrestlers from back in the day. Paul, can't remember his name, but he was a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he wrote the material or somebody wrote it for him, but he fucking destroyed everybody. and fucking Fluffy just got really pissed off at him. He's like, he goes, "Fuck you! Who's the only one who got a standing ovation when he walked out?" And my reply would have been, "Yeah, because they were surprised. You're such a fat fuck. You can get up."
I thought he was dead. It's Rowdy May that died, though, right? That's
Yeah.
To me, those two.
Do you know wrestler names? By taking the name of this guy?
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, it depends on how old. I don't know the newer guys.
No,
I
I
was
don't
it
think it's
80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
Jim Norton as a pop figure on it,
It's got
or bobblehead.
It's got
It's
Attell,
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, and Jim Norton.
Nice. Bill Burr looks nothing like that. Actually, it looks more like Christopher Titus now.
I can't talk shit. My friend's his manager.
What?
My friend's one of his managers.
Who? Bill Burr or Chris
Dude,
Titus?
Listen,
No,
I think
no.
Bill Burr is probably one of my favorite comedians, but the reality
Everybody was
is
talking shit.
that looks like Christopher Titus.
With red hair.
Paul Heyman.
What was his wrestler name?
I'll tell you.
What was his super name?
Okay. But he fucking destroyed everybody. I don't know if he wrote it, but he fucking destroyed everybody. This guy. Wasn't it
Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay,
He was an
yeah.
announcer.
Yeah, he
So
was.
he
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
was
walked
such an
out.
asshole.
And, I mean, it was brutally fucking
Well, he's
graphically
probably
horrible.
the guy's been introducing wrestlers for like 40 years.
Yeah, but he wasn't even nice.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
that he's
I
never
bet you-
nice.
I bet you he was just so ready. He's probably been
yeah.
writing this material for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
Yes. Well, the last thing that happened was Triple H walked out and goes, "If you didn't," because everyone complained about WrestleMania sucking because of who won it.
Who won it?
I can't tell you. I have no idea.
Cena?
Maybe,
Probably.
but it was like a fix.
or
Everybody's like,
or The
"What?"
Rock, because isn't he
Yeah.
back again
I
now
know.
for some fucking
But everybody's talking shit about it. That's into wrestling. I
Yeah.
couldn't care less.
It's
And
fake.
I mean, he walked out. Of course it is.
Right,
He walked out there and he goes to the people that fucking didn't like WrestleMania 41. Go fuck yourselves. And that was the nicest thing that was shown.
That was the nicest thing said all night was to go, yeah. No, yeah.
Hinchcliffe was making jokes about one of the South American wrestlers. They couldn't make it because Trump deported him, and then some other shit. I mean, that was the nice.
Are you ready for this?
That was the
bullshit?
nicest. Why you getting deported?
No. Bro, so I go fucking, because we're on this race, 5,000 people there. I'm the only one with balls enough to run my car out of all of my friends. And I'm like, let me get a haircut. I go to my barber in Fords.
And he's gone.
The other guy,
He
the other
moved
guy
back
who worked there was like, yeah, he went back to the Dominican Republic. He was like, he was worried that they were going to send him to a prison in El Salvador. He's like, look, he's like,
So he wasn't legal anyway.
but it doesn't matter, bro. He gave
They're not going to take him out.
he had the
here.
cleanest fucking fades on the East Coast. And now I'm
I'm saying,
screwed.
they really don't fuck with anyone that doesn't have some kind of record. The interesting part is, it's people that get arrested. They don't get convicted. They just get deported for being arrested.
Yeah,
which
I
is
know.
kind of
There's
unfair
that's
when you think about it.
oh, there's like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a missing the whole part of due
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. Their big argument is like, oh, well, illegal immigrants don't deserve trial. They deserve to be deported. It's like, yes, but how can you prove they're illegal if you don't give them a trial?
Well, the immigration knows.
No, they don't.
Kind of. I mean,
Kind of.
things have been kind of sloppy for the last couple decades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All I know is if Trump was president when I was here, I would have definitely been deported.
You could do it in El Salvador.
It's questionable now.
Yeah, I know.
bro.
But
I
I'm
mean,
a citizen now, so you
you
can't
look
fuck
a
with me.
little- yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it's a
don't
little
have
murky.
heroin, that shit.
Yeah, I know.
A little murky.
Yeah, so some woman got deported, and her kid was from I don't know what country it was, but then she had another kid that was born here that was 2, who was a citizen, and she said to them when they grabbed her, "I want to take my kid too," so they deported all 3 of them. But it was she requested, I'm not leaving my kid here. I'm a single mother.
Yeah.
And then of course everybody, Democrats are up in arms because we deported a citizen. I'm like, yeah, but
But
she
that would be the
asked.
first time, right?
She asked.
But
what do you think about that guy that got deported to
From
El
Maryland?
Salvador? The one.
Yeah, the
dad
one
and
from
dad.
Maryland.
Yeah, and the big thing is, dude, and this is I have one issue with this, right? Because and this
You
comes
saw all his
strictly-
record. They fucking ran all that shit about
It's
him.
bullshit though. Because here's the
No,
thing.
they have arrest records. I've seen and restraining orders. I've seen documents.
Fine, but
Not
the,
that you can't
the
fake
big
them, but
thing that they're fucking trying to squeeze is saying that dude was MS-13.
he had
Now-
he was around people that were for definite.
I don't give a fuck, man. Listen to me.
I worked with.
worked in the
I
ghetto.
was gonna say I've worked
You
with.
want to know if they
Bloods.
if that dude was MS-13 and they tried to show up and deport him, he would have shot 6 border agents in the face.
But what if he?
Like, and
but
then
what
he
if
would have
he-
gotten deported.
No, but what if he was one of the guys that got out of that and was for 10
Trying
years
to like
and-
live his life.
Alone.
No, but they don't care. If I dropped a fucking candy wrapper in 1984, Trump would have fucking deported me. You know, I'm glad I got. All I
Come
know.
get him. I want that reward money.
Yeah, I know.
There's
No,
reward
I'm
money.
pissed, man, because then that guy cut my hair and fucked it all up. Now I gotta wear a hat. I mean, he didn't fuck it up bad. He just-
This honestly sounds like like when you get those like
It's a privilege.
high school, those high school kids that like shoot places up, and then when you find out why they did it,
There's-
it's like some stupid reason.
It's because Chelio moved back to the Dominican.
Imagine he bombs the White House,
We're gonna get
and then-
kicked off
and then-
TikTok.
and then
Yeah, can we not use those words? What the fuck?
the police interview.
Yo,
You know what? I went to get my fucking haircut, and the guy wasn't there, so I lost my shit.
Lost my mind. No, I had one of those moments for real, on Friday when the car was fucking up and the race was in a day and we couldn't get the shit box running right. And I'm like sitting there, dude. I'm like literally sitting on the couch, like I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking snap.
That wasn't just Friday. That's been like the last 3 weeks.
It's been a roller coaster, guy.
I get the impression that a lot of the time you're like this far away.
Well, that's why I'm disabled, dude. That's exactly what it is. I'm 24/7. I am so keyed the fuck up that it takes nothing. I mean, it's
Super
nothing.
awesome for
Bro,
me.
Ready? Is this ready? It's this, and that's it, dude. I see red.
That's exactly how it is.
It reminds me of
I can't even close a cabinet without getting screamed at.
Whoa! Hold on.
camera.
Slow the fuck down.
What happened yesterday?
It was-
You're not even.
it was-
You're.
I don't know how-
Wait. I emptied a bag of ice.
Oh, wait.
I emptied a bag of ice
No.
that was 24 hours old.
Dude, the way she closes shit, I don't know how else hinges up. Boom!
You know what?
We're talking about the person who stomps around the house and screams when he talks.
But, you know what-
But if I get remotely loud,
you
I get told I'm
realize- you
screaming.
realize that when she does that, she's got an image of your testicles right there.
I mean, we call it a good time.
I mean,
Call me. I'll
so-
put it like that.
I
Post it.
was dumping out a bag of ice
Bust my
today
whole
after I got home from work. And it's been sitting there for 24 hours in the drain board. And I dumped it out and he turns around and he goes, "Oh,
Dude, it sounded like a fucking bag of nickels getting dumped into a fucking metal bucket.
there's like 5 pieces of ice."
And I wasn't ready for it, and I was already
Yeah, no,
aggravated.
no. There's a comic I know or knew because he passed away from drugs, of course. But he was really crazy PTSD. He was in like a truck in Iraq and they blew it up, and he's the only one that got out.
Mhm.
All of his friends went.
See,
So
when
he got PTSD, and then he became a comic, and he was doing that MA 22. It's like an organization that's in Jackson.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So he was doing their
That
fundraiser.
Lakewood shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Lakewood
Yeah.
fake police department, but they're
Whatever they
cops.
call themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy introducing the show goes up and then starts banging on about how he got his leg blown off or some shit, and he's got PTSD up the ass. Guess what? My buddy gets triggered.
Oh.
Like there's no tomorrow.
Yep.
And then here's Ron G.
Oh,
It didn't go well.
no, didn't go so hot.
No.
So I'm able to shape my.
Why do you intro a comedy show with a fucking leg blown off story? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
I'm able
no.
to shape my trauma into ha-has and put them out on the internet. But I mean,
Oh, when are you starting doing that?
5 years ago, no one's noticed. But, I mean,
Weird.
one day,
Weird.
I'm on the show
You're here,
and I don't even know.
I've been here for
No, I,
almost 10 years, so
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, it's
Yeah. So what? You know what? At this point, it's your fault.
it is my fault. Everything's my
Can't
fault.
fucking complain about it at 10 years. Unless he puts you in a box.
I don't know. That might happen soon.
Did you guys watch the Gemstone show on HBO?
The what?
Righteous Gemstones?
No.
Oh, okay. No, because they had the second to last episode ever last night, and the one guy had all these people tied up in like a room at the bottom of an alligator park. And it just reminded me of what he probably.
I was like, just
at
turned.
the end of the new Bad Boys movie, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it end in an alligator park too?
I think so. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Probably the same alligator park.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Bad
watch
Boys 42,
Seven.
40, however fucking many of them things they made.
There's a lot of them.
They were all good except for one. The one.
that. First one.
The third.
No, the
First
first,
one was
I
good.
like the first
No, I
one
like the
with
first one
Tay
too.
Leone.
How's that many? What is it? 4 now they have?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 4 are the best. 3 was atrocious.
3 wasn't atrocious, it just wasn't very good either.
4 was really good. I
I'm
liked
not
4.
watching it.
3's the
again
one where Will Smith
I'm not
gets.
watching it again until Martin Lawrence slaps. You know, the payback for Chris Rock.
That was Will Smith.
Yeah.
So you want
Martin Lawrence to slap
Will Smith?
Will Smith, yeah. Because
I
Will
mean-
Smith fucking.
I mean, I think he
Yeah.
slaps him in that movie, though.
He actually does a few times.
Yeah.
Chris Rock's like,
but-
yeah, yeah, bitch.
You know, Chris Rock took that shit like the man. He really did, dude. I mean, he could
Dude, he
have
turned it into a 20-minute bit on his tour.
fine, but yeah, he did. But
He monetized on
he
it.
Actually, he took that hit. Like it didn't, but like it was nothing. Like you know what I mean? He just let it go. He didn't fucking stay on it, which I give him credit for. Because if that had been me,
He fucked
I
with
would have
that.
strangled GI Drain until her fucking eyeballs popped out of her head.
He's fucked with his wife a few times before. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, and there's
So he
like
knew that was coming.
that was
He
like
knew
yeah.
that was coming.
She is a cunt.
But Chris
Nazi
Rock-
like proportions.
Yeah, Will Smith doesn't get laid with her. So
No, it's because she
No,
sleeps with
fuck
everybody else.
You know,
How?
that
I
was the
don't
move.
know.
That was the move. Yeah, she hasn't fucked him in like 10 years. Fucking Chris Rock goes, yo, G.I. Jane. And inside Will Smith's head goes, maybe I'll get some pussy.
I
So he
mean, if
goes
I
up
hit
there
him,
and punches him in the face, comes back.
and she kisses somebody else.
But did you see how it happened though? He made the joke.
Comes back and kisses
No,
Snuggles'
he made
forehead.
the joke. He made the joke, and she like kind of laughed.
Yeah.
And then she turned to Will Smith and went.
And then
and
he
that-
like
And Will Smith just
But
set
then
him
you
up.
wonder. You don't wonder if maybe it was like you know, dude, like any couple that isn't married for a long time. Like when Ange throws daggers at me, it's usually like the reaction internally is like, and then it's like great. Now I gotta deal with this shit. It's like, hey asshole, you know what I mean? But like, do you don't think a part of it was like she looked at him and he was like, and that's when he said.
She probably no. You know what happened? She nagged him for the last 5 years, right up until they sat down in that place. And he
probably.
was just like, ugh. And then just one thing, just like you said, he went.
But I don't understand.
And
dude.
pushed him over the edge.
It's just a joke. I mean, obviously the bitch can take a dick because she took fucking all of them.
Yeah. He said
So
that.
she can't take a joke.
No, but she did it on purpose. She
And
actually
in all
smiled,
fairness-
but you saw the camera. She smiled.
And then she looked at him
she
and was
looked
like,
at him like,
And then Will Smith did.
and Will Smith tried to white knight his own wife. That doesn't fuck. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He white knighted her.
and ruined his career.
Yeah.
Got himself a
But
lifetime
then-
ban.
Then they
But now
stopped.
he's on tour with GJ Jazzy Jeff again.
Well, that's what we're just gonna get to. So they stopped him from like making movies for a while. Like,
Nah,
he
it wasn't
wasn't
even
in
that long.
anything.
Wasn't even that long.
Bad Boys was
But
like a
they-
big premiere
He
at
went
right after
back to
COVID,
try
though.
to be Will Smith the rapper again, and I'm
If
like,
I remember rightly,
dude,
he won an Oscar. He won an Oscar 20 minutes after he slapped him. Did he not?
I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
I believe he
For the-
did.
The night or the king.
yeah,
King
something-
thing or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
But he like fucking legit, dude. So they that whole thing happened, and it was like 3 weeks later, and he's on YouTube rapping again, and you're just like, dude, like, come, is it that bad? It's that serious that you're gonna try to get jiggy with it again? Like what
He
is
is, he's on tour. He was on-
4?
He was on like Lollapalooza or something. I saw it.
Yeah, and his career ended with one line in an Eminem song where he was like, Will Smith doesn't have to curse in his albums to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
Yeah.
And that was the end of Will Smith's record.
Yeah. 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 What was that song? Summertime?
Yes.
They were all-
Yes.
Everyone.
No, the first one was. Oh,
Here
what about
comes the man in
that
black.
Boom Shake the Room?
Oh my God. I haven't heard that song in probably 20 years.
Boom, shake
Boom,
the room.
boom, shake,
Oh.
shake the room.
What was the first one he did? I mean, I'm sure he did a few.
The Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know,
Oh my
most-
God.
Most hip hop artists, I mean, not so much these days, but back in the day, they'd have like 30 songs out before mainstream even heard them.
Did you see the video of him skydiving where he looks exactly like Uncle Phil?
No,
My microphone seems to be louder than the rest of everybody. Thank you, Shelly.
Oh boy, that's because the board's switching.
our one listener. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Nice. Shelly's put us with good pictures of her on our spring break with the kids.
I know, I saw that.
Fucking finger painting and bullshit.
I'll just talk really, really low.
No, that should work. You should better, man.
Shelly, is that better?
Your
Doesn't
mic
matter.
is, your mic is off
10
now.
minutes.
Your mic is off now.
Is my microphone off? No, it's on.
No, you're good. All right, so back to the things. I don't remember.
That's hilarious. I just let him. I just sat there when he started talking. I knew he had no idea what we're talking about. He's like, well, remember that?
I want to go back to the race, man. That was like my big shit for the week, man. Like
Let's talk about the race.
That's what everybody thinks.
That's what I thought I was gonna do.
Yeah.
No, he was actually really calm.
I didn't miss any gears. I had an issue getting in a second during one pass. I think I overrevved first a bit, and she wouldn't go in, and then it finally grabbed. And
Are we talking about in the bedroom last night, or are we talking about?
you know what we did in the bedroom last night? Nothing. That's what we did in the bedroom last night. Not a goddamn thing, because Angie goaded me all afternoon, and then like 8 o'clock came around, and she didn't want anything.
Tell me if this was said. You know, if you fucking won, I would have sucked you.
No, actually, it was this. Ready? It was. I was like, so we're tonight, right? She's like, yeah. And then,
It's
like,
not the first
she goes
day
and
yet.
showers. She goes and showers, comes out, hits the recliner. I go to hit the shower. I come out.
And
I
she's
took
snoring.
one look at her, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, I'm going to take my meds. I know.
Snoring?
I was at work yesterday at 6 o'clock
Aw.
because I got a
Yeah.
phone call. I got a phone call that my internet was down. So I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna hit you in the head with this microphone.
Please do it now.
Yeah.
The TikTok ratings.
I'm gonna fuck you up. Your microphone is low, but you're loud, so you're good.
We're fine. Don't worry. I don't even need the mic. I'll
Should
do
he
the
not-
show without it.
Should he doesn't
Fuck.
even know I'm on the show.
I
Talking
can
about.
see you clear.
Blah 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 blah. So let's talk about the race, Bill.
The race. Go fast.
It was 4 seconds long. Why the fuck?
Eat, sleep, fucking race.
I got
How much did they pay
lots
for
of
that?
sunburn.
Huh?
How much are they paying for that sponsorship?
There's no
Turn it around then. Fuck them.
Well, because I had to put that on the car when I raced it.
Yeah.
That was like your thing that said you went through tech. You know, like 'cause when you get to the track, first thing that happens is you have to pull into this line if you're going to race, and these guys come and tech your car to make sure that you have all the proper safety equipment, your battery is tied down, you're not running antifreeze, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They never even opened my hood. They didn't give a fuck. They were like, sign here, here's your stickers, and you're good to go. And that was it.
And I got a lot of sunburn.
Yeah, she got
Make sure you plug the name
sunburned.
of the place. So they,
Cecil County Dragway?
All right, good. So, probably got that area. They shut down.
No, they
It's been open for a long
they've
time.
been there forever, and I don't think anybody gives a fuck out there. I mean, like I said, dude, the second car down the track smashed into the wall like 150 miles an hour. And I've never in my life, dude, I've raced at Raceway Park for years, and I never have seen a wreck like that happen. And then cars come down the track 3 minutes later. I was like, wow, they don't fucking prep or clean shit. They didn't give a fuck, huh? Dude, there's still broken glass at the end of the track, and they were letting the cars run. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's weird because when you get to the end, it goes up a hill. So it helps
How
slow
many
you.
races did you do?
3.
3, yeah. I had 3 hits.
How many did you win?
Did I win? I didn't race anybody.
He
I mean,
did
let me put it
test
this
and
way.
tune.
The first car I raced was a 10-second Mazda RX, whatever the fuck. And I mean, dude, yeah, he destroyed me. The second car I raced was a Jeep Trackhawk, which is all-wheel drive. So he destroyed everybody he raced because he didn't spin. He just took the fuck off like a lightning.
Sounds like a lot of races
Mhm.
compared to I didn't race. And then the third race
The third race was the one that you saw with the Dodge
that you got kind of close.
that I almost won. Yes,
Yeah, it was like
very
a
close.
half bumper. It
Yeah,
was ridiculous.
literally like
No wonder she don't want to fuck you. You
I
made
saw-
it like 200 miles to lose.
I saw. All right.
Hey,
First
here's
off,
what I vote. I vote next time. He sits in the car and you fucking drive.
I'll
she
just,
doesn't know
I'll,
how.
Can you
Fucking-
imagine? Can you imagine?
I'll
if-
smoke his clutch
No,
on the
but
way
can you
down there.
Imagine if you fucking won just one race. He would fucking. You go back to the car and just be a bullet hole in the side of the
The
car.
car did exactly what I expected it to do. It ran exactly how I figured it was going to go. I progressively got faster through the day.
So do the people racing you.
No, but but at the same time that my mile an hour kept going up. Like my first run, I hit, it was like 14.2 at 102.88.
Does that matter that monitor just turned off?
I hope not. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
You're
very
good.
nice.
We're fine.
So-
Uh,
As long as it doesn't say do an update. and then
the
we'll
next
fuck.
hit, I tracked at 110 miles an hour on the same exact ET. So 14.1 but 110 miles an hour. And the third, I was at like 116. So those numbers tell me that the car should be running somewhere in the low 13s to high 12s. Right now.
How far up the gears do you get when you do that?
I was passing through the tower, shifting the fourth. So
Okay.
like basically, I would run third gear out as hard as I could, and as we're crossing the finish line, I was just giving that little burp in fourth gear just to scoot it through. But yeah, no, it was good. It was fun, and like I said, man, it was the first time I've ever ran a front wheel drive. It was the first time I ever ran that car. It's the first time I've been on a drag strip in years, and my reaction times were on point. My launches were on point. I just gotta fucking get the car figured out a little bit more seat time, and I'll get the bitch dialed in, and she'll be ripping. On the street, those things are untouchable. They're too fast. From 40 to 50 miles an hour to 100, it is terrifying.
Yeah, it
The
is.
Genesis is pretty fucking quick in that range.
Yeah, my silver
It's-
car just
yeah.
shoot a Genesis apart with. I got the
They
video.
also, you know what? You've also got to know how to drive it too.
It
Yeah.
wasn't me.
No, I'm talking about the guy with
Oh,
the Genesis.
My buddy Mike, the guy.
Most people, it's more about you can have a fucking scat pack, but if you don't know how to drive it, you're still fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True, but I mean,
I got my first experience with torque steer the other day.
yeah, she's never had. You're rear wheel drive. You don't know what torque steer is. In a front wheel drive car, especially a turbo car, when you start making real power, usually third gear, usually when
Is
you're
that when it
beginning,
dips?
it's not that, dude. It starts pulling the front end around.
Mine was like,
You
whoa!
have to steer. It'll rip the wheel right out of
Yeah, it's
your hand.
exactly
Yeah.
what it did. It scared the
It's
shit out of
sketchy.
me.
I mean, it is.
And I went to overcorrect, and it overcorrected way too much. I'm like, I'm gonna roll this
Was
car.
it you that fucking went into the wall in the second race?
No,
No.
that was a Honda.
That was a Honda.
fucking-
That thing was nasty though. That thing was fast.
Yeah, once.
Well, it was.
Yeah,
It
was
fast right into
fast.
the wall.
until its front.
Well, he
the-
won the race.
The hood
And
came
then he
flying
crashed
off.
into the wall.
It can do 0
Yeah.
to 60 in 6 seconds. It can do 60 to 0 in 0.1
It's
seconds.
exactly what happened.
My 0 to 60 was what, 5.6, 5.5. Wasn't terrible considering how much we spun.
That's pretty good. Because in my old Genesis, I was around 6.5.
I walked in the range. I walked myself around about 15 miles, almost 30,000 steps is what I walked on Sunday.
You know the best part
You
about
still
it?
want to watch it.
He
No, you know
didn't.
the best
He
part about it
didn't
is
walk
that she
30,000
didn't have to.
steps.
She could have rode in the car to the fucking starting line and got out at the starting
But
line.
I went up before you so I could hear them call the testing tunes because you
Oh,
couldn't
yeah,
hear
we-
shit.
yeah, we couldn't hear
We were on the
anything.
back end of the track, so there was no speakers back there. So I walked up to the grandstands like a nice wife would. And
Amazing.
yes,
Awesome.
I was exhausted when we got home on Sunday, and then Monday I worked, and then I have a big inspection tomorrow for work. Massive.
Other guy's asshole.
This is like if our building gets to stay open or not inspection.
No,
Yeah.
Like if you guys mopped up
This
once
is
in a while.
This is Angie's talking it down because she doesn't like to ever take credit for anything. This is an opportunity that she has to get her place on to a new level where basically like it would take her center from being where they are now to being considered one of the better centers because they'll have this accreditation.
Does that mean my bills gonna go up if I go in there?
No, but it means
No.
that they'll get more work and they'll be able to get more budget and they'll be able to do more shit. Like the shit she's doing is a
Do
win.
more shit. That should be the
Do
slogan.
more shit. That's exactly what it should
Yeah,
be.
so-
Well, don't- where's,
Do more
where's,
shit.
where's Harry the hemorrhoid or whatever the fuck it is that you had? It's stupid.
Oh, Pete the polyp. It looks like a giant sperm.
Yeah,
He's sitting out in the anesthesia room.
they have a cardboard cutout of a cartoon character that is a colon polyp called Pete the Polyp.
But he looks like a white sperm.
and he looks like a
'cause-
sperm.
So I can't remember what highway I was on, but you know how they have those noise cancelling walls like in
Yeah.
Route 80 and all
Yeah,
of
the
that?
retaining walls.
There's a cutout on it. It's like a circle,
Yeah.
and it goes like this. And I'm just looking at it going, are you telling me that the design guy didn't look at that on the computer screen? And go, "You know that?" It
Sperm.
looks exactly like it's like 20. I passed fucking 40 sperm. I'm like, I can't. But literally, I cannot be the first person to notice that.
You're
I
driving
can't
by, you're
possibly
like-
be the
You
first
should have been
person.
like,
yeah.
Where are we going?
I did a show in South Amboy on Friday.
yes, you did. At
Costa
Costa
Verde.
Verde.
Yeah, good
I
night.
saw.
Mm.
Yeah, I did.
I would have came, but
27 minutes.
I didn't want to.
I did.
Sorry.
It was all old ladies
Ooh.
and one young girl. Who,
Did anybody laugh or?
oh God, let me tell you. When I went up, I called him all sister wives. This one table, and that was it. They were done. I was fucking on fire.
Nice.
Dude, they were like they were uptight with the comics before me,
Uh-huh.
you know, and I'm like I'm just gonna fuck with them. It went from just some guy doing like relatively clean stuff about being a kid, but none of them could relate.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know. Anyway, and the last bit I did was when you three girls get together on a party night in the morning, don't eat anything that looks like a cucumber that's laying around you while you're sleeping. and then I said I picked it up and I'm like, Vagisil, and they're like, what? And I'm like, does Vagisil have a smell? Because can you imagine going into a food store and picking up a cucumber and going, that's the only
That smells like Vagisil. Why the fuck is my cucumber smelling?
There's actually a video on eFuck of a girl going into a food store and doing herself with a cucumber and putting it right back
Did
on
you
the rack.
know what happens when they do that? It turns it into a pickle.
I don't know.
Boo.
You should put the mic down for 10 minutes. To do that one.
I know, but drop it here, it's gonna break.
So you're saying no. You're saying no. You fucked it up. If you do it with a,
Audio trash.
if you do a pickle, I don't think it's like shit. I don't know.
Ooh. That's me. No, it's just me. I have audio. Ooh. Ooh.
Hello. Was it off?
No, I wasn't plugged in.
Stupid.
All right, we're back.
Oh, now you're red.
No, only one channel. One side
Ah.
wasn't hot.
No,
We
Shelly
had-
said we sound
We
fine.
had a loose lead.
So we didn't just lose that whole YouTube video of us talking.
No,
No.
one
No,
side,
Shelly
and
said
it's
we
balanced
sound fine.
anyway.
Oh,
we're
so
good.
it's okay. So like my mic's not in one and your mic's
No,
not
it's
in the other.
stereos out. We're good.
Oh, okay. Great. It's like when you go to Hodges podcast.
Doesn't matter, dude. I can hang one mic. to the roof
Hodges-
and sit here and
Hodges
talk.
podcast, right?
It never matter.
He has a splitter for the headphones
Yeah.
that goes to people, and it only works for some reason. It only works on one side, and I'm like moving the wires around. I know it's not the board, or I don't think it's the board because it's one headphone jack and then it splits. And for like weeks I've been trying to figure out why only one side, and it's not just me; it's every set of headphones.
But what I don't understand is how come like Hodge does it that way, like with the headphones and stuff. It's like, dude, it's like if you do one check on your audio before the show, you don't need those.
No,
Like, you know what I mean?
no, and especially now he doesn't do Skype call-ins; he just uses
Right,
StreamYard for the
yeah.
call-ins, and then you can hear that on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no logic to it.
Like, I don't bother with the headphones. That's why I like to
But
use
the only one he has
handhelds.
headphones because he has the mic on the headphones.
I know.
Because he has the mic skill
We've
of
tried
a fucking
lavaliers.
Of a
aborted
gamer-
kid.
It's a
Shit.
gamer setup, right?
Yeah. And he's sitting in a game of chair
I
too.
like to have I like handheld. We had mics like this on the table for a while, but everybody was like,
Yeah, you got to because
Well,
most of
you're
them
fucking
sucking dick
because
hard.
well, whatever. Not last night. Yeah. All right. Nice seeing you, TikTok.
Did it get caught between your teeth?
Yeah, your whole dick did.
Got caught in my fucking root canal.
I can't feel anything, but you know what? That tartar's gone.
Best, dude, it's the best water pick you'll ever find.
Got rid of the shit stuck in my teeth.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm literally doing 2 podcasts every week now because fucking Ennis
You've
is
been
off.
on his a lot.
Yeah, because Ennis he's moving to Atlanta or somewhere.
What the? Yeah, is he though?
No, what his house sale went through, dropped 2 times, and then I think the last one went through, but now it's on a contingency. He wanted to move to like Bumblefuck, I think it was Carolina or somewhere, but his job said you can still work for us, but you have to be near one of our cities. We'll still fly you everywhere,
Yeah.
but you can't be 9 hours away from.
Mhm.
So they said, how about you want to be 40 minutes outside Atlanta?
Yeah.
So he's like, okay,
hell.
yeah, because Atlanta's the hood, but then half an hour out.
Yeah. I
They-
mean,
Those guys can't walk that far. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what he's doing. But he's off flying around still.
He's gonna hate it.
But he was just doing New York City. But
Right,
now
okay.
he's flying around. He was in Dallas for a couple of weeks.
Doing
So-
shows.
No, doing wiring. He does
Okay, electrical
cabling.
Yeah.
Yes, for his job. So they've already set him up as if he's traveling now. So he's not
Ah.
going to New York City anymore. He's traveling to this city for 2 weeks. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
he's
don't-
never
I don't-
around.
Oh, I
Shake's
don't know
not
about
around, that much.
What's he doing now?
He works for like PSE&G.
Oh, so he's rich. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's making.
I know.
A lot of
I
money.
got friends that work there.
Yeah.
They like out of high school, they
Mhm.
stumbled ass backwards because
Mhm.
someone's uncle will fucking suck
Yeah.
somebody off, and now they all make $200,000 a year.
Yeah, he's making that in overtime probably. Because he's the guy that goes up the pole when shit goes south.
Mhm.
You know.
PSE&G, people sleeping, eating,
Yeah.
and going on break.
Yeah.
That's all I do. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's it. I mean,
So 4 or 5 weeks ago, how long ago did we do this?
it's been a
last?
while, dude. It's been a
Every
few
week he's called me and said, "I've got so much shit on." This is Monday. Monday every week. I had such a shit day, man. I've had so much to
Every
talk
day.
We've
about.
been having a rough couple of weeks.
But what I'm getting at is, you said you have all this stuff to talk about. How about you just give us a highlight reel of some of that?
Okay. Highlight reel. My disability company tried to fuck me again. I spent
Well, did you get a disability?
no. So I'm
Or they trying to
on-
take you off it?
They're trying to fuck me out of
Ah.
their shit again
Yeah.
because I got a new claim handler, and now
Mm-hmm.
that person wants to be, like I guess the shining star. Like
Mhm.
I put it like
Anybody you deny, you get a $10 bonus.
pretty much, dude. Pretty much.
That's pretty much what it is.
And then, the car was a lot of issues and a lot of money
And a lot of drama.
and a lot of drama.
So much
Oh,
drama.
I'm getting the car done. The
Holy
car was a nightmare
drama.
to get done.
That car
And it's
is
gotta
like
go
a
back. It's gonna get
fucking
rewrapped
horror, is
again
what it
now.
is.
yeah, you said that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're rewrapping.
He got
it.
mad at me when I did the joke. He was sitting in his car and he's like pointing like this, and I'm like, "What are you pointing at? The good part of the rap?"
I hate you.
And he's
Oh.
like,
So we're at the race on Sunday, and I have my sunglasses on, which are polarized, and I'm looking at the trunk lid, and I'm like, and then
These water spots all
and then-
over it, and they're not, but they don't come off.
yeah,
And
then
"You think that would happen sooner than a year because you have it parked outside?"
Well, no, it was under a cover,
Uh,
and now this time, between the time that he
it's
fixed
been
the
in a
wrap,
garage.
it's been in a garage the entire time. It was
In a
down in
different
Burlington.
part
what if you leave it outside for like a month? Will that make it happen sooner? So at least you know.
No, I
No.
don't
Oh,
know
okay.
what's wrong with it.
The reality is, though,
This
is
is a
every
shit
single
job.
time it happens, he fixes it, and he gives me a longer warranty. So I really can't bitch.
But
dude.
we're
He's
sitting
been-
Well, you can warranty a piece of shit. Remember that, Tommy boy?
Yes, you can.
but I mean, my rap's not gonna cause fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I might.
just gonna look like
It won't be
shit.
the rap that caused it. It'll be the idiot inside the rap.
When I fucking stick it over my face.
Yeah.
I give up.
I was looking at the trunk lid on Sunday, and I'm like, do I say anything? Do I say anything? And
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
on to
hey,
the after
Phil,
finish race.
do you see this? What's going on here? And he's like, no, I can't. And then all of his friends are like, yeah, like
Wow,
there's a spot here.
Yeah,
there's
you
a
really
spot
fucked him
over
with that.
here, and
Oh,
here.
You fucked him with that.
It's all over the room.
You know what you should have done? You know what you should have done? It was when you were driving home. You should have called him. I on the cell phone say, I was going to tell you, but there's like 9 white spots on the back of your car.
No, there's more than that.
You would have driven. He
It's
would have
all
driven.
over.
Oh,
He would have
okay.
driven the car off the road. It would
It
have been
looks
fucking
like,
hilarious.
It looks like a car.
Benny Hill music playing.
It looks like a car whose clear coat is starting to go bad. That's what it reminds
Yeah,
me
that's
of.
what it reminds me
And
of.
it's
Look at
fuck,
the
but like I
Studebaker,
said, the
Studebaker.
guy who did the rap.
Do we know
company-
do we actually know the mechanical reason of why that? Is it
It's
was it
an
not
issue
sealed down
with-
properly?
Well, that's the general thought process is the prep work wasn't done well enough for the vinyl to adhere. Either they didn't clean it enough, or they didn't sand it enough,
Right.
or whatever the case. So basically, what happened is the vinyl stuck, and now it's
But-
getting
Bit of a
small
bubble
amounts
in
of
there.
air
Bit
under
of
it,
bubble in there. Yeah.
and instead of bubbling, it's just making rings. And
Yeah.
we don't know.
It's like
They
the
sent.
car is a ringworm.
It's got to a point where they've sent pieces of this wrap back to
3M.
3M for
Yeah.
them to figure out what the fuck is going on. We know it's not scratches.
Mhm.
It's not being caused by any chemical that I use on the car.
So the piece you got fixed before,
yeah, looks great.
It looks
no, but
awesome.
was that done with a lot more careful shit?
They resanded everything. and
But I'm
they-
saying
Yeah.
if that does it, then you pretty much know it's the plastic, right? It's nothing else it can be if they do- if
it
the guy
comes back
if the
after
guy
that, yeah.
if the guy really doubled down on getting
But
it
if
right.
that's the case, then it's a product issue, and then 3M would be responsible for rewrapping the car in different
Yeah.
product.
And how many other cars he's done with that stuff?
That's the
question.
That's the question. Yeah.
But that's the big issue is that
Mm.
it's such a weird thing because, dude, it doesn't show up like it. It only shows up on like 1 or 2 body panels,
Mhm.
and out of nowhere, and in a weird spot. Like even the spot it showed up in now, it's under the fucking wing.
Well, you know why?
There's
Because
nothing wing-
the guy
nothing-
the guy sanding it's like no one's gonna see this. That's just think about that for 1 second. He's like, fuck it, I'm not.
We went
It's
over
5
that
o'clock.
car-
You know what I mean?
We went
Yeah,
over that
yeah,
car
yeah.
with a fine tooth comb the first time these weird like white hazing spots came up, and there was not a damn spot on it. And
And
then
now
this
it's-
weekend, I'm like, what the
and
fuck?
like even
Will you
like,
see that on every color, or some colors you see it worse?
can't see
I've
it.
I've never seen it on another wrap in my life.
Oh, really?
I've never seen this problem happen
Mm.
before.
Mhm.
That's and neither is he, and neither is 3M. So no
Mm.
one can figure out what the fuck is going on. But like I said, so this time it's getting rewrapped.
He's making good on it.
He's cleaning it up. He's gonna do it again.
It's not his fault if it's the fucking
and they're going
shit.
It's
now.
not.
They're gonna do two coats of ceramic.
Maybe they
something.
deported the guy that was supposed to sand your car.
No, he's
That was
legal.
last year. That was before all this.
He's they're legal. He's good.
Him and his brother that does your hair.
Yeah, you know what? Holy, don't. I'm still hurt about the hair thing, man.
He
It
was
took me.
so mad
It took
when he
me
came
so
home.
long.
Go to
find
Hodges'
it.
hair guy.
Oh.
Fuck.
You
you,
should have
dude.
saw him before he got his hair cut. His hair was the longest I'd seen it. In
Hodge
10
drives
years.
all the way to Bayonne to get a haircut for some reason.
Here's the thing, dude. Right? So like, I have a real big problem with barbers fucking up this haircut. The haircut I get is simple. It is a skin tight fade to like 3/4 of an inch on the top with a hard part. That's it. You can't,
Nobody's.
but they
seems to
all
know how
fuck
to
it
do
up, except for like it took me 30 years to find this dude. I went through.
You can
bad
find him right now.
barbers.
Just get yourself an airline ticket.
I am not going out to. I'm gonna go to DR to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
Every 2
Come
months.
back looking like Dominic Toretto every fucking 2
every
weeks.
2 months.
I also robbed a gas truck while we were out there.
He gets arrested trying to get a set of hair clippers into the fucking El Salvador fucking jail. I'm visiting him. Can you just plug this in?
All right, so that's probably not.
So Supercuts from now on then, huh?
No, I won't go to Supercuts or Great Clips or any of them fucking dumb
Sports
ass-
clips.
Fuck sports
We've
clips.
gone to Justin's in both Monroe and the
Justin
other
doesn't
one-
sound like a Dominican fucking
no,
name.
Justin's is like your
Guido.
typical Guido barber.
Oh, yeah.
And then we've gone to all the poppies down in South Amboy, and they all fucked it up. And then we've gone to like random places throughout Woodbridge.
Oh, check this out.
Thomas, dude.
I went
And then
to
he was at my work the like a couple years ago, and then he was like, "I need to get a haircut. Maybe I'll try that."
someone in there
place."
goes, "What's wrong with your haircut?"
Yeah, and
I was
he
in
did.
England and I needed a haircut because for stupid didn't get one before he went.
Mhm.
And I went to, I think it's Brazilian, and he does the haircut and it's pretty good. And then all of a sudden I'm feeling heat on my ear.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is
Burning
that?
your ear
It's
hair
like
out.
it's a stick.
Yeah.
And it's on fire, and he does that to get all the hairs out of your ear.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, dude, I went in.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I have actually seen it,
They call it singeing, which is,
and
you know,
it works, and it's actually really good.
just for a second they do that. It's like it's not there long enough to burn, but you,
It's there
but
long
you-
enough to singe your
but
ear
you,
hairs.
no, but you don't have ear hairs for like another 3 months after that.
So I went to this fucking massage place.
Yeah,
'Cause I-
really?
I-
Okay.
No, I don't, dude. Listen, I ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah,
I have issues with. I get
$40.
I get
on
fucking
27.
pain shooting up my neck because I pinch all the nerves in my neck because I'm
Mhm.
always stressed. Anyway,
You know how he's lying when he comes back and the next day he's still complaining about the neck thing. He's like,
No,
"Well, she just gave me a hand job."
my neck still hurts. But
Yeah.
goddamn, my balls are drained.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
He doesn't
No.
bother you for a week for
Stop.
sex.
yeah,
Sorry, month.
yeah, right. So no, man, but no. So they put me down. They lay me down, and like, you know, it's not uncommon that they'll put like a hot towel on your face or whatever, right? But no, I lay back, and all of a sudden, I got two things shoved up my nose. It was wax. They waxed my nose without asking, my dude. I was not
How much does it hurt when they yank that out?
like a motherfucker
Yeah,
for about 4 seconds, and then
That's
after that,
long
you're
enough.
fine.
And
That's
then
long
you
enough.
can smell
You can breathe.
everything.
For like a
I-
year.
Well, for
Yeah.
yeah, smell everything. Just fucking all the awesome South Amboy smells. It's just like trash and fucking.
He's in the bedroom. Did you leave the fridge open?
Son of a bitch.
You can smell a guy's scent from your car from upstairs.
Yeah.
Who's been in your car?
No, it just smells like dog. It smells like dog.
You turn your head this way, you'll hear the ocean.
Yeah.
And if you turn it this way, you'll smell it.
Maybe Hodge should fucking get his ears done with wax because he's deaf in one ear nearly.
Dude, Hodge has got to stop walking out of his house in underwear.
Oh, I know.
Motherfucker, you live across the street from not only elementary school, but my daughter's elementary school.
All right, so we're on the LIE at fucking 3 a.m. coming back from Anthony Cumia's house for a party, and Hodge goes into like a quick check to take a piss, and then we get about a quarter of a mile further down the road. We just hopped off the LIE onto like the slip road just long enough.
Yeah.
We were a quarter of a mile down the road, and we're just about to get back on the LIE, and Hodge is like, "I gotta take a shit," and I'm like, "All right, we can just back it up."
That one coming.
I'm sitting in the car, and in the mirror, I'm watching Hodge right behind the car taking a shit in the street.
With no toilet paper?
Forget about the toilet paper. The fact that the cars that are coming from that direction.
Oh, shit.
So they're actually seeing a fucking
grown ass.
pinching a loaf between our car and the car behind us. He's like, he just couldn't be bothered to like go back the quarter of a mile to go back to the quick check. I'm like, why didn't you shit in the quick check?
That's like Ty at the race. We're at a race, 5,000 people there. My buddy Ty.
Hodge will take a piss anywhere.
Well, my buddy Ty's there. There is a porta potty 15 feet away from us.
Yeah.
This motherfucker walks across and pisses in the woods. I'm like, there's kids here, dude. Like a lot of kids. Like,
Do you know how many times I've been part at Hodge's job, and he comes out and he just says, "Give me a minute," and then he pisses on the wheel of the car next to us, outside his office, in the parking lot.
it's a level of not giving a fuck. I would
Yeah,
never have
no,
seen.
Hodge
He
100%.
came out there all fucking frog-eyed and
I think that was the
I'm like, bro, this is a fucking. What did you?
I always make a joke about how when Hodge leaves his house, he has to go out the back window and then through the back garden of the other house because he's he is because he's too close to the school.
Jesus. So yeah. Anyway.
So is that all? That's all? I thought there was more.
No, I mean, dude, we had that. Then we had repairs we had to do here. What the fuck was it? What broke that I had to deal with? There's some bullshit I had to fucking deal with a couple weeks ago. That fucking, I don't know, dude. It was a lot at the time, and now that
You had
it's
to
all
fix my
over,
car.
yeah, her car fucked up again. That was fucking sweet. Yeah, I had to rip the entire driver's
Every
side.
day something was on fire. It's the dumpster fire every day.
You know, if you spent the money and bought like a newer car, you probably wouldn't have so many.
So
I wish we
everybody says that, right?
I'm on my
But
line.
I'm watching people, and it's like, you know, like, I got a brand new Ford Edge, got 32,000 miles on it.
It needs
Cool.
a motor.
It needs a motor. Like, how? I mean, I'm sorry, dude, but these new cars are, I think, worse.
My friend had a 2000. My friend had a 2018 Escape, and apparently there's an issue with just that year.
Yeah, my girlfriend has one.
I have a
We spent 6
2014
months
that
in the
I've
shop.
literally, other than that turbo that's a little bit smoky, but only when you turn it on.
Yeah.
Nothing. But went to the dealer, and the dealer's like, "Oh, 2018, right?" And you're just sitting there going,
Dude, it's so bad.
"Why didn't they recall
My
that
buddy's
shit?"
Mazda Tribute,
Mhm.
literally, it's on its third motor, and it doesn't even have
My
100,000
Ford
miles on it.
Escape, my 2003, I was brand new in 2003. It went through a transmission, 7,000 miles on the car. It was brand new. And it went through a transmission and a complete set of engine coils. 7,000 miles on the car. Then the O2.
Well, at least it was in the warranty.
Yeah.
And then all the.
But I mean,
wiring
I'm not going to be a
harnesses were
dick,
burnt.
but if you bought a Ford Escape, I can see you being upset, but only to a certain level. Now, what happened with me with the Jeep? That's different fucking level of angry. That was a $60,000 truck, and it blew the transfer case 3 days after I took it off the lot, and then it sat at the.
Did they give you?
dealership.
Did they fix it, or they gave you a whole new car?
No, they fixed it. It took.
I wouldn't even take that.
It took 8
You're
months.
not putting no refurb shit in
Yeah,
my
but
car.
it was a special edition, and there was only like 5 ever made in that
It was
color.
a SRT.
It was a big deal. Anyway, it sat at Freehold Chrysler Jeep waiting for the back ordered transfer case for 8 months while I drove around in
The Dodge Durango.
a rented PT Cruiser they gave me.
I was gonna say, I hope they gave you something.
A PT Cruiser?
PT Loser.
I was like, bro, I bought a $60,000 truck. I'm like, you fucking giving me a $12,000 shit box to drive around in?
Mhm.
Did you have that conversation with him?
Oh yeah. I beat the piss out of that thing every fucking
I would
day.
have ringed the
Didn't give a
crap out of
fuck. Neutral bombing in every fucking light.
Do you ever get the feeling though, with all the problems you guys have with cars, that it might be you?
I expect the problems I have with the cars because I beat the living piss out of them.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Our cars are all modded too.
But that's my
so-
thing. I'm a car guy.
You're the only person I know who has a minivan that's modded.
Actually, I know a guy. There's a dude in Old Bridge who took a 1989 Plymouth Voyager, which is
I thought it was a Chevy Astro.
it's a Plymouth Voyager, and it was a Dodge. It's the same motor that came in the Omni, the Turbo 2.5. He put that in it, and he converted it to 5-speed, and then he put some big turbo on. The fucking thing runs like Low 11s, dude, and it's
Yeah.
a baby blue rusty mini.
No, the only reason we have so many problems with our cars is because they're all modded. Like my car burns oil because I have a massive turbo on it.
Yeah, her turbos.
It's ridiculous.
Is
Why do you even need that though? Is that
It was
that
on
just?
it when we bought the truck.
Yeah,
Oh, it
when we
was.
bought it.
Can you
My
swap it back?
car
Can you?
is essentially a Mazda Speed, but on a CX-7.
So
That's
they took
exactly what
basically.
happened.
I'm just saying, you don't need a modded car. You drive to your job in it.
Yeah, but I have fun driving that modded car. When we
She
do
likes her
things like
modded
that.
car.
Yeah.
When we drove down there, I kept up with them. Even they were like, "You kept up with us." I was like,
I
yeah.
tried to explain to them that platform was just as fast as ours, and
'Cause
they didn't
it's-
They don't want to believe it. They,
Just because it looks like a minivan.
well,
That's why they're looking at it going, yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
but like even the car guys out of it, they're very like, oh, Mazdas are slow, and it's like, dude, some of those Mazda speeds are
Mazda
fucking
speed-
nasty.
Yeah, the Mazda Speed.
They were
was,
just problematic. They are known to have issues.
But my car is a Mazda Speed in a CX-7
Yeah.
body. And that's
Yeah,
exactly.
so she has the DISI engine, which was the Mazda Speed fucking performance motor.
I had a
The only
massive
difference
intercooler
was
that's like,
her original turbo was the same one your wife had,
Mhm.
and the truck at 80,000 miles, it grenaded, it blew the head up. My friend Lizio picked it up for like nothing.
Mhm.
He put a brand new head, whole new timing set, and all that, and then he put the Cork Sports turbo and a big fucking front mount, and had the truck
short
tuned.
ram intakes and
And
thing
it's- yeah.
sounds like a fucking
So it
tornado.
it sounds like an
And a
import,
blow
like it
down.
fucking whoosh, you know.
Right.
It's really quiet. And
It's funny when you fuck with people in it because they don't expect it. So
I
like,
do
you
it
pull
all
up
the
next to
time.
people like you pull up next like BMWs at red lights,
and you
and
rev it,
then
and then
you dog them. And I mean, dude, it
Like in
does.
fucking Better Off Dead
yeah,
with the
yeah.
Chinese fucking people. We are at the race.
And that's, I mean, it's funny. Or when you're driving up the block and like people are standing there and you fucking just rev it. And
Now,
the
what you
dog
should
out
fucking
scares
do,
the
what
shit
you
out of
should fucking do is really go to town on her car and put that in the
Can't.
races.
Can't
Why?
for one reason and one
It's
reason
my
only.
daily driver.
It's not even just that. Unfortunately, the Mazda suffers from one small problem. The transmissions in those things are garbage.
Yeah, I know. I had a
so-
Mazda.
But wouldn't it be funny if you just like pulled out in the race and you're sitting there in the minivan and the guy next to you's in like a fucking guy next to you's in a scat
There
pack?
was a
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
in a
He's like, yeah,
fucking-
right. And then you
There
keep
was
up
a
with him.
guy who ran
From-
a Ford Excursion on Sunday.
Yeah, he ran a
Four-
fucking
three times.
full blown Ford Excursion that was slow as shit.
And he was doing 19s on the track, and he was just
Yeah.
So some dude's like dad were fishing him. Like, "Fuck this, I'm going to see some
I'm
guy
gonna
over
race
there."
it.
Yeah, and he would come off the track, and he has a little parking spot, and he would just sit there in his chair, and then they would call test and tune, and he would hop in his Excursion and pull up to. I have pictures. You give me a video. I'm hysterically laughing with a woman next to me because everyone did not expect it when he pulled up. That would
Yeah.
be like if that thing pulled up at the line.
Well, then and Farm Truck was there from Street Outlaws. Like the truck itself
That
was.
thing
all-
was like,
the guy was there, and we didn't actually meet them. Dude, honestly, I was so tired after I got done racing that I went to meet them, and they were like, "Everybody, just hang tight. We'll be right back. We have to go film something." And I looked at her, and I'm like, "Let's go home." I don't want to sit around and wait.
And then we drove around the parking lot for a half hour. 'cause
But I
he couldn't find
I
out.
couldn't find the exit.
Yeah,
It was
you
confusing.
couldn't work at her job, then could you?
But anyway, 'cause the exit was like back by like where we came, like where I would go to race. So like
It's
she's
weird.
driving back over there, and I'm like, "No, dude, that just leads back to the track." I'm like, "That's not gonna."
So we turned around and
Yeah.
went around it again.
But,
You should have just did what you
Out.
wanted. You
Yeah.
could- You could have been halfway home before he got out.
Farm Truck also lost both of his races, but that thing in real life is
It's
no fucking joke, dude.
Retardedly fast.
Everybody talks shit about how it's sleeper because it looks like it's like a 70 C10 fucking pickup.
Mhm.
It's all rusty and shitty, but it's got a 2,700 horsepower big block with 3 kits of nitrous on it. Like,
Mhm.
so he leaves wheels up. Like, dude, in that rusty,
Yeah, he sent me the picture.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But I got a picture in front
You
of
can
it.
make a couch drive that quick if you just do the engine in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what it looks like.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. That's
Mhm.
basically the way it goes now,
Like-
dude. You talk to these dudes, and it's like, "What do you got?" Dude, it's a
Like, that thing
5.3 I
went
found
down
in the
track. That
junkyard.
thing went down the track and did a 9. That's
A 9?
A 9.
A 9. Oh yeah, yeah.
That thing. I was like, what the fuck?
That's what German girls say when I want to fuck them.
9.
9.
Oh, Paul, where are you gonna be?
Oh yeah, let me fucking pull it up.
Sorry, but-
Saturday, I'm in Bayonne at
Bayonne.
Catholic War Veterans fundraiser.
Cool.
I'm doing that. Let me hold on a
That's
second.
good.
No
Next
photos.
Saturday, after that, I'm at the dojo in Tom's River.
I thought you were done with that.
No, the other one I'm done with.
What?
The one in Morris Plains. There's two
I
different
thought
kinds.
the one was.
No, the one in Tom's River.
That's not the one that Louis C.K. was.
No, it's the other one.
No, that's
Oh,
the
I
other
Yeah,
one.
Louis C.K.'s gonna show up at that one. Come on.
That's what I thought.
No,
I was like,
no.
when you said it, I was
No,
like,
no,
really?
no, wrong one. Wrong
one.
place. So I got that, and then you know who Smokey Suarez is? No, I have no idea, but I'm opening for him there.
Nice.
May 16th in Bloomfield on a Friday. I'm doing the town pub.
Oh my god, they have the best food there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes.
we'll come to that then.
Come. Well, you better
Their
hurry up.
food
We're
is
selling tickets
so
are selling
good.
quick.
All right.
We might even do a 10 p.m. show.
You're not gonna get me
That's
in if
up.
I ask you to.
There's no
Town
no
pub
comp
is
seats. It's
small.
just 5 rows of seats,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
it.
And it's a small.
There's no
place,
room.
but their
There's
food
no
is
room. I can't even sit the
so
comics
good.
in there.
Just tell them I'm
Uh,
your sound and video guy. What are they gonna say? No.
There's no room for a sound and video guy. There's literally no seats in there other
There's
than
the town
there's
pub
5
is
Are
there.
you gonna
tables.
get a mic or is it just
Barely.
Are you just gonna,
Barely.
Is it connected or is it just
No, there's like an indentation where the door is, and that's where we're gonna put the mic. May 30th. Apparently, I'm at the Sayreville Knights of Columbus.
That's
You're
good.
gonna, oh, I know where that is. I actually
When is
I threw a
that?
show there
Sayreville,
years ago.
May 30th.
Yeah,
May 30th.
it's right on.
Okay.
That's the one on Bordentown.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
By Gabe's
and then
Auto
all the
Mart.
way in October, I'm at the Middlesex Firehouse, which is not far from here either, right?
Middlesex Firehouse.
Yeah,
The Academy or the Firehouse?
Firehouse, I believe.
Should be like 4 blocks that way.
Yeah, probably.
It should be on the Main Street extension, right?
Mhm.
Right by Squeak
I think
Lights.
so. Yeah.
Squeak Lights does all the lighting for all the shows that we do. So shout out to them.
Mountain Avenue.
We should go to town
Mountain
hall.
Avenue.
We
Yeah,
should
1200 Mountain
What
Avenue,
town?
Banging food.
Middlesex.
Oh, that's okay. So you're Middlesex Township Fire.
Where's that? I don't even.
That's Boundbrook, basically.
Oh,
It's
okay.
up by there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Hopefully,
not far.
hopefully I'm
10
going to
minutes
the,
from here.
hopefully I'm going to the right place.
Exit 5 on 287, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna go up 287 a couple miles and get
Okay.
off. But yeah, Middlesex. It's like Middlesex, Boundbrook.
Mhm.
What is the other town over there? Is it Greenbrook? I don't know.
Mhm.
They're all fucking.
And you should talk to Hodge about doing his show, his podcast.
Go on. You want me to go on his show?
Well, he decides, but he told me he's asked you a few times.
I know.
You're as
Get
reliable
him
as.
out of the house, please.
Well, he has asked him.
All right.
I
So
know.
Hodge next week, if you want, I'll come. I'll call him. I'll find out. All right.
Yeah.
Anything? Ange, where are you?
You should bring Ange.
Where am I gonna be? I'm gonna be
Wherever I am.
wherever Bill is.
Okay.
We'll probably be at Island Dragway this weekend. If it's nice out, running the car again.
Oh, I thought you had to fix stuff on it now. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
improve
it'll run. It just,
Mhm.
I mean, the shit I want to do to it, I would just want to do to make it faster.
okay.
But so we might take it out there and get some more footage. The footage we got was really good, dude. Like we got some really good footage.
Of you losing.
That's okay.
That's like me
You
when
know
I
what, though?
I have high def video of me doing stand up a few years ago that was fucking god awful, and then I have like fucking VHS quality of the best that I ever did.
But
I'm not even joking. That's literally how it goes.
We have like
So-
cinema.
let me put it this way,
footage.
man. And I think that's our time.
What do we have? What do we have? An alarm?
I don't know what the fuck that was, but I don't know. It's sketching me out.
It,
so,
it was the iPad. It lit
oh,
up.
yeah, but its notifications are turned off. It shouldn't be.
Well,
able
guess
to
it
do that.
ain't.
Why was it in stereo?
I know.
Shit. All right.
Surround sound.
TVs, that's why.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
Have a
Christ.
good night. See you guys next week.
Bye. Check if we were thrown off TikTok at any point. I don't think so. All right.
If you're playing at the town pub, we should go to that, Bill. The people who own Star Tavern used to own town pub first.
That's Indian guy, though, you know?
Mhm.
It's Indian guy.
Is it really?
But he's been there all the time.
But their pizza is so good. It's
I'm
like
telling you, you
super
better
thin
hurry.
crust.
If you're gonna
So
go, you
good.
better hurry up. I'm not even